Welcome to another episode of Patroma Therapy. We are in Season 2, the autumn, and we are on Episode 2. Today we're going to be talking about angels, and it's in a very exciting month, the month of September, because I have a calendar here, and on September the 29th is the feast day of St. Michael, St. Gabriel, and St. Raphael. So, how are you today?
I've been thinking about angels. In fact, I haven't been able to stop thinking of angels since yesterday. I don't even remember why we... Do you remember how we came up with this one? Like, we discussed the drawing I made, or...
Oh, yes, we were talking about the cover drawing that you made for this episode, and I was asking you, how you got the idea for the drawing, and then you were telling me that you had a name for that angel that you drew. What's the name that you associate with the drawing for this episode?
S2e2.
How do you spell that?
C-A-S-T-I-E-L. I drew it as human-like figure with large white feathery wings, and I probably couldn't have been more wrong, because in apocalyptic literature they described angels as sort of strange beasts with 6 wings or 3 heads and even wheels covered in ice.
Well, there's lots of different mythologies and different religions and different cultural groups that have these spiritual beings that they depict with wings, because I think many people believe that we are on earth and we walk around mainly with our feet, but these spiritual beings that come from above or from God or from the clouds or something must have wings. So when the Wright brothers were trying to figure out how to fly, they made airplanes with wings. So I guess wings have been associated with, celestial beings for a long time. But I've heard of St. Michael, St. Gabriel, Raphael, all of these angels, but I had never heard of the angel that you mentioned, and I looked up a little bit about him and read that in some mythology, he rules the day of Thursday, which was kind of a coincidence because it's Thursday.
Not to change the subject, but let me tell you this. There are no coincidences in this world. And yeah, when I drew Castiel, I thought of angels that always stand by our side to protect us.
Well, when I was growing up, we were always taught that each person had a guardian angel, that when you were born, God assigned you a special helper. And we used to say a prayer when I was a child right before you go to bed, and you always would say the prayer to the guardian angel. Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here. Ever this night be at my side, to light, to guard, to rule and guide. Now, I have not said that prayer in probably, I don't know, maybe 30 years, but I still remember it. We were taught that prayer when we were children, and then I think it went out of fashion to consult your guardian angel. I mean, I was raised as a Catholic and, learned about some other different religions, but yeah, I think the angels are supposed to be helpers.
I like the guardian angel idea. Angel. No one knows you better nor loves you more than your guardian angel, and that makes you feel good that there is someone that loves you indefinitely.
Well, I know several episodes ago you were extolling the love of a dog. That how wonderful a dog loves you. That a lot of people have pets and animals that love you. But I think that the common thread is the unconditional love. I think love in reality, people get frustrated, they get mad, they have conditions. But you're right, pets love us unconditionally. But the idea of a celestial being that cares for you, that watches you, that notices when you fall down, that helps you when you're going to take a test. I mean, did you ever think about angels when you were going through school?
Sometimes, but not when I went to school. Like nowadays, I think of angel when I drive on the highway real fast, and I think if my angel just moves as fast as I am, and they will be able to save me if something happens. It's sounds comical, but really.
No. I'm just imagining you driving really fast, expecting your angel to save you, and I'm thinking like, why don't you just slow down, and then the angel won't have to save you?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Because I always think there is this saying, I don't know where I heard this. Never drive faster than your guardian angel can fly. And I always think, what if I know over the speed limit or not? And it's I know it's supposed to be a joke, but somehow it makes me think, twice before doing something like real dangerous.
Well, that's good. Well, here at Petroma Therapy, we have a lot of practical tips, and in the season of the fall or autumn, we're going to be having the autumn equinox coming up, and I think today's a new moon, and I look at this calendar, and both of us like Tolstoy so much that the quote for today is not about angels on my calendar. It says, this is a quote by Tolstoy, "Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself." So I was reading that thinking like, well, maybe that's something I need to think about. But supposedly angels are supposed to inspire us to do good and kind of, help us when we're tempted to do bad. So
strengthen us against temptation and remind us of our ultimate goal in life.
Yes. Well, I think my first association when we decided to do the episode on angels was that angels are messengers from God.
Right.
And that angels bring a message. So maybe your angel would send you a message, slow down, or watch that car on the left, or hey, there's a stick in the road. So maybe, I don't know. I mean, I think that we have spoken before about dreams have messages, that you might want to look at your dreams to see if any messages that are there. But I think angels can bring us messages, and I think when we were sort of preparing a little bit for this episode, you told me, or you reminded me that in Scripture, quite often the angels will arrive, and then they'll say something, "Be not afraid." And I was thinking, wow, that's right. Angels are always telling us, be not afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of if Archangel Michael has your back. Archangel is one of the
he's the he's like the Uber angel. And there's all, I think as humans we try to make mythology, we try to make sense of what's happening in our lives, and so we create these various constructs, and we create all of these ideas about how the world works, because we're humans and we're rational beings. But supposedly the angels, there's just all kinds of angels. There's the archangels, and there's the cherubim and the seraphim, and then there's seraphs and thrones and dominions. So like there's this gigantic hierarchy of angels, and what I just think of is, those are different levels of helpers. I just try to simplify it. These are various levels of helpers. But angels have been very popular in songs and in TV shows and in films. Can you think of any like songs
like
or
books like angels? I guess.
Yeah, books.
Angels.
Books of work.
Angels and Demons. The book written by I don't remember the name of the author right now. He also wrote the Da Vinci Code. What was the name? Not that it changed my life or was otherwise like deep thinking literature. It was just fun, easy read. I liked it a lot. Who wrote it?
I just happened to have this. It is a 2009 American mystery thriller directed by Ron Howard, written by Akiva Goldsmith and David Cope.
The book was written by...
it's based on Dan Brown's novel.
Exactly, the Dan Brown. So I was fascinated. He wrote a few other books. Can you name any movie or a book or maybe a song?
Well, I know there's a Bonnie Raitt song, Send Me an Angel from Montgomery. So Montgomery is a town in Alabama. So that's a famous song, Send Me an Angel. And then I think that John Travolta was in a movie about angels. And then there's another one, Angels in the Outfield, a group of little kids playing baseball, and they needed some help. And so some angels came down to, help them. Mm.
This is
Do you think you've ever seen or witnessed or experienced an angel? Or had the feeling one might have been nearby?
Oh, I could tell you 3 or 4 most fascinating stories from my life, which I still cannot explain, and I find them to be like miraculous in nature, where I'm sure my guardian angel came to my aid on those occasions where I was literally rescued from hopelessness. But for now, I'm imagining the guardian angel every time I'm at the wheel. Does that count as an encounter?
Does that qualify? Yeah, we'll take it. Remember, we're in therapy.
Have you ever met or spoke to angel?
Yes, I've had quite a few angel experiences, and I think actually people have experiences with deja vu, or they'll have experiences with hearing people that have maybe passed away, or maybe seeing someone in a dream. So this kind of extraordinary phenomena is where the angels are. So I had something that happened to me some years ago. I was living in Houston, and I needed some money, and I was trying to figure out how to get some money. And I just remember that I lived in a house that had a porch with a gate on the front of the porch, so no one could come directly up to the house. And I just remember hearing the doorbell ring. And so I went to the door, and then I looked out the porch to the gate, and I saw that there were three young guys there, Hispanic guys. And they asked me a couple questions about, I think I had a business selling like leather coats and jackets and purses and things like that. It was a wholesale business out of Europe, and we were selling them in the United States. We didn't have anything at the house. We had a warehouse. But these 3 guys showed up at my door, and it was interesting because the doorbell rang, and then they wanted a couple things. So I just happened to have in the garage a few things. So I've made up a package for them, opened the door, handed them that. They gave me some cash, and then I went back into the house and turned around. They were gone. And I thought, well, that was great. I got $300 worth of cash in my hand. And the reason I think they were angels is there's no way to ring the doorbell from standing outside the gate. You have to be inside the gate. We put on the gate before, after we had purchased the house. So these, I call them my three Spanish angels. So they just arrived, and they gave me $300 worth of cash. And when I turned around thinking like, hey, how did they ring the doorbell? I looked, and they were gone. So they I've had any number of that was like those were the cash angels.
See, here you are. Well, next time I have any type of money problem, I will ask my guardian angels to help me open the door to prosperity and abundance as well.
Well, very good. Well, I think that during this season of autumn, it's a time of harvest, a time of remembering, a time of changes, and after the Feast of the Guardian Angels, which is, like I said, on my calendar, September the 29th, then on October the 2nd is another feast day that's just called Guardian Angel Day.
Mm.
So, we have a lot of angel stuff coming up, and we hope that our subscribers will stay with us. Can you think of anything else about angels that we should mention, or should we sign off?
Just one more thing. Do not be afraid.
Do not be afraid. Well, very good. Thanks so much for listening. Goodbye.